info, Kak. Okay. Hello, myself. After a long time, finally, I can making another video with the concept presentation about biology because after I'm not sure. I'm trying to check my YouTube first. Honestly, yeah, I'm lazy to making video about this because it's really need more time to making that presentation. Even I need help from AI to making PowerPoint from Gamma. But I must learn about the material, even scheming, and then I'm try to find the question also, uh especially hard question, right? So yeah, I think when I'm prepared for that video, it's like more longer than other video. Actually, presentation, oh my God, it's a really long time. Mm, mm. Oh my God, 3 months ago, guys. 3 months ago, the video for the last about menstrual cycle. Oh my God. I'm sorry myself because I want to repeat first, yeah. In okay, so it's January, so maybe it is in the October, right? October, November. No, no, exactly September, I think. Yeah, because in October, I think the October I can productive day. Yeah, I think I productive, but maybe I'm lost in November because November, yeah, mini schedule like yeah, my parent come to this and I'm going to the what is it? Cikarang also, so yeah, my energy waste for that. Yeah, before my dad come and my mom come, I'm excited. Oh, what should I do? Like, yeah, like cleaning the room, like buy other things stuff in the refrigerator, like stock for food. So like preparation like that and cleaning the outside also in the front of year. So yeah, and after that, yeah, I'm feel like lonely and feel even my brother still in here, and yeah, yeah, like still missing moment, right? Yeah, even my parent already 2 weeks in here. Yeah, actually 2 weeks. So yeah, and in December, sorry, in December, I my activity was on what? Not too much, not but yeah, still lazy sih. So yeah, I'm sorry myself. But I think it's a better one also because when I'm not making video about this, I have some uh another idea like behavior point view read. So when I'm reading one chapter about novel, I just read it and I'm not give too much opinion or just conclusion statement uh like in the part of the chapter also because there is make different concept in payoff reaction movie like that, and I'm find idea also making review product and I really love that, but unfortunately I rare to buy something because yeah, I'm trying to save money but it's hard also, yeah. So yeah, and I have another idea about slice memory. So when I have another memory, I have past memory like documentation in the video or in the photo, I will making video also about it. So yeah, even I'm not making video about presentation. But I'm glad also my video in December is really productive because I try to making something with every day. What shall I do? But yeah, but to learn, I'm so lazy, especially about biology. So, I began in January 2026. Happy New Year! With the first material is easy because I like so much this material when I'm in the 10th grade, especially in senior high school. And it is honestly, as long I remember, it is the first memorize, the first material I get it in senior high school. But fortunately, yes, I blessed for that. When I'm be a science teacher, I'm get it to learn about that in sixth grade. So honestly, I don't know I ever learned about that in junior high school. So that's why when I'm in senior high school, it's like uh excited for that, like identification, right? But I'm really a little bit shocked. Oh, so the material already learned in junior high school. But yeah, I'm not teach or we learn too much about it. But we are learn how to nomenclature name like Latin, right? So but yeah, I have project like what is it, herbarium, and we find some one of plant, and I identificate with Google Lens, and another application I think plan, yeah, I forgot what the application, especially to identification characteristic, so we can find the plan. I give information to student like you must bring one plan with the complete like root, stem, and leaves. Depend on you as long the length. Oh no, no, yeah, the measure of the length, uh like A4, size from A4 like that. Like papan board, like yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I think even my student is lazy, yeah, to bring it, so we can put and choose the plant in the garden of the school. But I really like satisfies little bit because I don't have get herbarium. Uh, I learned in in the college, but actually we can have project about it because it's easy, right? So like maybe my lecture think that's not it's easy to apply to implementation. So yeah, it's the first I have project with my student, and I really shocked and happy also because some of their interest for that, but some of they also uh easy to understand about it. How should we do? So yeah, someday there is Antu is even yeah like that. So yeah, so I think it's the easy. But the material is really, 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 really wide. So yeah, sometimes we can understand each plant, but we must know characteristic like kind of the root, kind of the stem, and kind of the leaves. It's like a basic also. But even teacher or I or ever learn about that, try to identification in college is exactly the the what is it, the name of the class, like morphology tumbuhan like that. So yeah, I think it's really difficult also because after we can identification, we must draw it in laprak like that. So, but I like it honestly. Yeah, I like it. Even we are just like making PowerPoint, and then we have presentation about that. Yeah, yeah, it's a good also, but I think it's a better one. We have project, even a simple project. So that's why when I'm be a teacher in the school, yeah, it's really what is this? Repot, yeah, repot when be teacher always have a practice, but little bit happy when another science teacher said, why we didn't do it like another class with the Miss Dia like that. So, but I know understand why the teacher not have practice because it's really hard because more have spend time energy time also to prepare all the things, so that's why little bit hard for that because student in junior high school didn't more carefully than senior high school, right? But I don't know, when I'm in the senior high school, actually as long in the 12th grade I never have going to the biology laboratorium, unfortunately. And but as long I'm in the 11th grade with Miss Rugun, I really love biology because every material, every chapter, every topic, with her, we always have practicum. So that's why I like biology because her. But but this material in the 10th grade, right? But in the 10th grade, as long I remember also, for the practicum, just this. The name the name of the teacher is Lilis, I guess. But as long I remember, we never have project or practicum, so we just have identification like that because we have spent time in what is it in the school, and we can choose what the plan we get it, and we can make identification case, right? So I love that. So that's why I remember this material. So I but mostly in the 10th grade and 12th grade, we just learn from the book, and we can resume, and we can answer the question from the teacher, and we can hear what the teacher say it, and we can make memorize in the note from that PowerPoint, because the PowerPoint not share to students. So that's why we must hear carefully. So that's why I think, yeah, honestly, I like biology, but I not like too much. So that's why, FYI, I choose biology. The fun fact, because I don't like it too much, even I like it, it is the third choice in University Siliwangi, right? So the reason, because I don't like too much, but I like it when I'm in the sixth grade, because sixth grade many practicum, and in junior high school my biology is a good, my science score always good. Even in the physics, I'm a little bit hard, but because in junior high school, my math is a good also, so my physics good. But in senior high school, my physics, my chemical is not good, just biology. So that's why I think, yeah, I choose biology because of that. And but I like, not because about teacher, yeah. I like the material because have many, what is it, practicum for that. So even the teacher boring, but even when the material active, I will like it. So I both like about it because it's not fault of the teacher, but how to teacher to serve of that material, right? And honestly, yeah. And also the second reason is about, yeah, three reason, I guess, about my grandma. My grandma is science teacher in junior high school, so that's why when I'm in the child, like, I'm not sure my age is like 5, under 5, and when I'm every every what is it? Every holiday, I my family going to my grandma house, so I see the book of the grandma, many of the science, and I put it, I'm read it, oh I like it. So from that, so yeah, that's why I like biology. So when I'm be a mom or I'm be grandma in the future, like my brother always say to me, you must sell your book because it's like too much to making space. Yeah, like that. It's like spend space too much like that. But I say it because the book is really expensive. My parent give money to buy it all and I sell again. It's really, I'm not um mercy for that. So yeah, maybe in the future when I have the child or I have what is it? Grandchildren, I hope they can see what I have. Even the book is not interested, but I believe the book can give their stimulation. Like like we know, not too much. I'm not clever. I'm not smart too much. I'm just so like that. But my sibling, not siblings, nephew or cousin ya. My cousin, I'm say pure like that. And the end pure also my sister, little sister, yeah, my cousin like biology also. Then chemical and physics. But like we know, meanwhile, her mom is really clever in chemical because her mom is pharmacy, right, from apotheker, but she is don't like it. So even she is prefer to biology, not chemical. So that's why I think, yeah, yeah, because I'm major in biology education, right? So maybe give the insight from the far to her. So that's why I believe I don't waste my book in here. I have one storage is really big just for a book. Even this book not completely. Many book I save in what is it, in Cikarang also, but I never bring it again because I'm forgot, and maybe they are already sale or wait or burn or anything. I don't know. So yeah. So yeah, that's it. So that's why even the book is not interesting, I learned from my journey, I will still save the book to give me encourage for in the future, like maybe if I be scientist, if I be a lecturer in the future, so I can do it and I can memorize my memory journey like that. Because yeah, the biology familiar in the people, familiar with the people, biology is even not clever. There is what is rajin, I'm forgot rajin, diligent. So that's why you must read it, read it until you memorize, right? So that's why I ever in that position. So it's like validation for myself from my old memories. So okay, maybe this is a prologue. So yeah, I think today I will present this about it, biology identification case, because it is maybe if you want to be botany like that, when you want to learn in garden like zoo also, or maybe in conservation forest like that, so that's the material are really to what is it, basic and to encourage your job. But when you're just want to know, yeah, just know. But like I don't know, I have also in the future I have mini garden, I guess, and I can identification what kind of the name, the characteristic, like we are going to the safari zoo, or maybe like the garden, we can see the name in the plan, right? Or we can have, what is it, board of information. I really worry about it, and not just the name, but like identification, like characteristic, and how to nomenclature name also like that. So even I'm not be botanical or zoological, I can implementation that it with my life. Okay, next. Okay, what is the biological key? For the first, identification tool. So a structure system used to identify organism based on observed and characteristic and traits. So that's why like this. This kind of the lips is different in here with here, right? So we can identification the kind of the lips, and maybe similar with other plane or different. So that's why it's the point is like identification tool. So that's why vacuum or mutlak or consistent or stable, not yet, not yet about it. So every year can making identification tool like that, depend on the characteristic, depend on the species we can have, because the different also plant and animal like that, and different also with plant completely, then the better than like I'm forget linen like that, so different, right? So yeah. And then narrowing process. Narrowing process, it means answer a series of targeted questions about physical feature to progressively eliminate and possibilities like that. So when we are identification one leaves, one flower, one the stem, like stem along or have diameter for cambium also, that's why it is the process. And the the end purpose for biodiversity classification, it means when you are conservation work like in the forest, exactly, you must understand about it. So it's mean like when you work in Lipi also, yeah, in the Bogor, we have that. You must understand about it, this diversity classification. So it means essential for accurate species classification, taxonomy, and understanding biological diversity. So just that point, 3 point about biological key, or we can another name identification key or biology. So, the types of biology case is we have kind tree for the first dichotomous K, multi-axis K, and bias K. But in junior high school, senior high school, even when I'm graduate, I think we learn about that dichotomous. For multi and bias, and we just like no, not deep learn about that, because as people in familiar or awam people we say it, we just know like what kind of the lips like this, like that's okay, curve or uh palm like that. So that's why the common is we are using dichotomous K. So it means series of fair statement offering two mutually exclusive choice at each step, guiding you through a decision tree to species identification. Like we know the example already say it, and multi-access key. Flexible approach allowing selection of character in any order of computer base, providing multiple pathway to identification. So that's why when you have Google Lens or Snap Plan, I think one of application to identification. So that's why it means multicast key. So we just take a picture and the application, the computer trace it and give identification for that. And the Bayesian probability-based system that analyze traits and suggests the most likely species match, reducing identification error. So that's why it's mean like it's common using in lab like that. So when you are botany or even you are oceanography, you must treasure all animal, right? All fish is also different, right? Even they are still in the sea. So that's why it's like already packed for the key, and you must match what kind of the key for that animal and similar or near with what, like that. So that's why. And how does a dichotomous key work? The process is step present to contrasting options. So like good or bad, like that. So opposite when you making one tracer characteristic, or like long and lag, long and short, like that. Or maybe like the kind of the lips curve or palm, like that. And choose the statement matching your specimen. So yeah, like we said, we can say, may I unfortunately don't have specimen in here, but like that. And follow the design page number and repeat until reaching identification. So you must making all the common characteristic, like from root, kind of the root, rhizoid, yeah, I guess. Yeah, serabut. Fiber, sorry, fiber, and tunggang, that mean upside down, like that. Nah, so yeah, and this kind of the stem and kind of the leaves, even sometimes kind of flower, like that, because we can amount, what is it, uh, GP spade of the flower, like that. Maybe like 3, 6, 9, like that, or 4, 8, 12, like that. So a critical point we must understand: one wrong choice can derail the entire process. Careful observation and matching character precisely to description is essential for accurate species determination. So advantage then challenges for that when you are going to the garden, even the garden is wisata, ya wisata, or public space, or maybe around you, yeah, or environment around your house, around your school, around your everything, environment around you. You for advantage, simple, straightforward, and structure, widely available and established, because when you find tulip in your garden in the house, is will be same also when you find tulip in store, store to sell a tulip, right? And the next three, effective for many organism group. Yeah, so that's why it's not just for plant, but commonly using in the plant, but in animal also. And require minimal equipment. The challenge is why? Because demand careful, detailed observation. So that's why, right? Even the classification many and species many and the identification many characteristic, we can say using multi-access because already have in the smartphone, right? Or in system. But if you just want to making a simple, you can using dichotomous even just in the school like that. Or maybe competition. And challenges next challenges point two single mistakes lead to incorrect result limited by specimen quality or damage. May be incomplete for rare species. Note, multi-axis and biases case reduce error by allowing flexible input and probabilistic analysis because already recap in the system or in the phone like that. So that's why when you are just not too much curiosity about kind of the specimen plant or animal, you can using the phone, you can using Google Lens or plants or snap identification. Yeah, you can get know what is even you're not fully trust what is kind of the specimen group. So example problem, plant identification. Given specimen a plant hair, twigs, and red flower. So we can see in here twig observation. If the plant twig, we can say yes. So if yes, we can process to next step, the flower color. If the flower is red, yes. So identification confirmed. The result, it is a really simple identification, but we can see another example to compare with this and other. And we can know the result species A, the plant match all observed criteria. So the plant is twigs and red flower. Even the specific name we can understand, but we can categorize with that. Okay, let's see. Example number two for animal. Okay, from the picture we can know is, do you know what is? Fly, good. So it's fly. Insect classification. Small arthropod requiring species identification. We can see or we can remember how fly characteristic. I believe you ever see that. So you can imagine. But if you don't ever see that, you can search in your mobile phone or in your tab or your laptop maybe. For the first wing assessment, does the insect have wings? You can remember, have the fly have wings? No. If no, we can go to the identification tool number 3. But yes, we can next to leg count. So as an answer, no. But actually, I think the fly have, yeah. I think continue number 2. So does it have 6 legs? Correct. If we are imagine, the flies have 6, 3 pair left and right. So we can know the example of fly for the first have wings and have what is it? Have like amount of light or count of light. So the insect is species B. Species B is mean fly. So like that. It's easy, honestly, but we can observe actually. We can observe and we can memorize the characteristic. Mostly the identification the characteristic with morphology. You can see, but not anatomy, because anatomy in in the body, not in the outside, not outside. So you can see, right? But you can making characteristic identification tool with the morphology and yeah, sometimes physiology, like the function of the legs, the function of wings, the function of eyes, the function of antenna, like that. So yeah. So the practice question. Leaf identification. Okay, we can leave in here. Oval or needle? Maybe like this. Is oval or needle? Of course, oval. How about this? Oval or needle? What is needle? Needle is like jarum, right? Jarum, like this. Jarum. So I remember like cactus, like that. But we can give in here. It's oval or not? Of course, oval, oval, oval. Even there is I forgot corn ya, kerucut ya, corn. But it's near with the oval also. It's oval. But different is just one, or we can say tunggal, ini multi, right? Because in the one lips, many lips in there. Okay, the step two. If oval, smooth or serrated margin, we can see smooth or serrated, especially in here, smooth, right? But how about this? Serrated, because have pattern in here, right? And also it's near with oval, it's near oval also, but uh, we can categorize smooth or serrated if the example is so smooth. Next one, number three. If neo, okay, the identification, if needle, okay, if needle like two or needle per bundle, like this, like this, and like this, like this, like this, like this. We can count first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's like repeat. I forgot. Kelipatan. What is kelipatan ya? Multiple, multiple. So if uh wool or oh, we can see in here, right? So needle like lips with 5 needle per bundle. So the answer species, the characteristic combination unique identifies the species. But actually in this picture we can see, but maybe another plane have the lips with the 5 needle. So yeah, that's it. And tips for effective using. For the first, observe carefully. Note multiple traits and characteristics beyond the initial obvious feature for comprehensive analysis. Use to employ magnifying glasses, microscope, or photography like handphone camera to examine fine details that yield accurate classification. Next one, cross-check. Verify result by comparing with field guide image photograph and detailed species description. Practice. Build confidence by practicing with known specimen before attempting identification of unfamiliar species. That's it. And yeah, it's the really question when you are join competition. So I will say it to you and we can learn in Indonesian. Yes. Oke, pertama itu kita kan ada kunci determinasi. Seperti yang tadi udah saya sampaikan, kuncinya ini akan beda-beda. Sehingga kalau setiap guru di sekolah pasti different bikin kuncinya. Saya dan kamu pun nanti akan berbeda gimana gimana kita ketika nemu spesimen terus kita bikin karakteristiknya karena kita kan menyesuaikan spesimennya. Nah, tapi contohnya di sini ini tuh soal saya dapatkan kunci determinasi ruang guru deh kalau nggak salah. Nah, saya kan buat dapat menghasilkan biji atau tidak menghasilkan biji karena ada buah atau tanaman yang tidak menghasilkan biji bukan? Nah, kalau misalnya kita bikin di sini tumbuhan yang tepat mengisi kelompok B dan D. Pertama, kita mulai dari kelompok B itu berarti dia di 3A. Maka kalau 3A berarti dia tidak menghasilkan biji. Remember bahwa tumbuhannya tidak menghasilkan biji. Nah, ketika tumbuhannya tidak menghasilkan biji, dia memiliki pembuluh angkut. Nah, pembuluh angkut itu apa? Pembuluh angkut itu kayak xilem dan floem. Xilem itu mengangkut unsur hara, air, intinya yang dari bawah ke atas ke daun untuk diproses. Kalau floem untuk membawa hasil fotosintesis dari daun ke seluruh tubuh. Nah, dia itu punya si tumbuhan ini. Kita pikirkan dulu karena ini akan banyak ya, banyak tumbuhan. Nah, kalau gitu dia masuk ke setelah 3A berarti apa? Nggak bisa ya, cuma di sini aja. Oke, kita simpan. Terus di kelompok D katanya. Di sini kelompok B itu ada pakis, ada paku sarang, sama ya intinya kemungkinan ada dua pakis sama paku sarang. Sebelum kita tahu ya ada angiospermae, ada gimnospermae. Ada yang menghasilkan biji, ada yang enggak. Nah, yang gimnospermae ini yang tidak menghasilkan biji. Jadi dia tanamannya hanya tanaman aja yang dimana itu cenderung daun. Dia punyanya daun gitu. Paling dia punya spora, kayak kita di hutan-hutan seperti itu, kayak pinus like that. Nah, jadi dia itu nggak akan ada buah dan tidak akan biji. Jadi cenderung akan ada daun. Kalaupun dia punya istilahnya kayak buah, kita bilangnya kayak buah, tapi itu sebenarnya itu kayak kayak spora sih. Ada yang ujungnya tajam like that. Nah, kita simpan dulu nih, karena kan ada dua-duanya tuh bisa kita fokusnya ke D. Katanya D bijinya hanya memiliki satu kotiledon. Nah, satu kotiledon itu artinya adalah dia itu hanya punya satu eh, calon buah. Jadi dalam buah itu kan ada kotiledon yang kita sebut dengan kalau kalian masih ingat, eh, aduh saya lupa lagi, yang berbiji tunggal sama berbiji majemuk, like that deh. Saya saya lupa lagi konsepnya benar-benar. Iya sih yang itu. Nah, jadi kalau kita ingat, kalian ingat jagung atau kacang hijau, dia kotiledon itu seperti yang di dalam calon buah deh nyebutnya. Calon buahnya itu berkeping satu atau berkeping dua. Makanya kita kenal ada mangga, kemudian ada juga kita kenal semangka yang di dalamnya banyak. Nah, bedakan mangga sama semangka sama-sama kotiledonnya satu atau dua. Kalau kita lihat dari bijinya, kita ambil bijinya, mereka itu tetap satu, mereka tidak bisa membelah. Tapi ada nggak biji yang bisa membelah? Contohnya ada apa? Nah, contohnya itu yang dua itu, kalau saya tidak salah ingat ya, contohnya ada alpukat, like that. Seperti itu. Tapi kalau secara garis luar ya alpukat juga satu sih. Cuman dia itu bisa membelah bukan kedua. Nah, oke, mari kita lihat penjelasannya. Jadi maksudnya apa? Kalau berbiji tidak berbiji itu adalah yang paku. Ya, paku atau yang seperti tadi gimnospermae. Nah, berarti teman-teman, kalau yang B itu cenderungnya adalah karena kan di sini apa yang nomor D, bijinya hanya satu kali. Nah, yang maksudnya satu kali kotiledon itu yang tadi, yang angiospermae, yang monokotil atau dikotil. Nah, berarti yang monokotil atau dikotil itu adalah yang yang ini ya. Jadi kalau yang satu kotiledon itu jagung. Jagung itu salah. Maaf maaf, saya koreksi. Jagung itu yang kalian bilang buah itu yang mana? Yang kuning-kuningnya? Kalau yang itunya, yang tungkulnya itu apa? Biji. Nah, sebenarnya yang disebut biji adalah yang kuning-kuning itu. Nah, sedangkan kuning-kuningnya itu bisa menambah banyak kan? Nah, berarti cotyledonnya itu tidak satu, cotyledonnya itu ada banyak. So that's why kayak jagung, terus saya rada ragu sih apakah memang semangka masuknya. Tapi ya mungkin sejauh ini hipotesis saya, semangka itu tetap cotyledonnya 2 ya, si cabang bukalnya 2 yang dia soalnya gini, bijinya itu kan akan bertambah terus bersamaan dengan buahnya kan, maksudnya melebar. Sedangkan lebarnya itu kan dengan size yang air yang merahnya. Nah, berarti si cotyledonnya bertambah seperti itu. Makanya kemungkinannya kalau memang dia itu satu adalah kacang hijau, karena kan si jagungnya pasti salah kan, kemungkinan jawabannya antara yang ini, kacang hijau, sama yang ini. Tapi pakis saji atau paku sarang burung? Nah, jadi kalau jawabannya itu adalah yang pakis haji, cikas rumpi, like that. Paling saya mau ini deh, biar kita kebayang, takutnya memang kita itu nggak kebayang ya, karena memang kan kita jarang ya. Saya aja sebenarnya sesungguhnya lihat tanaman ini ketika saya di kebun sama ketika saya di kuliah dikenalinnya. Nah, nih saya coba share ya. Nah, jadi ini dia, eee, pakis haji itu yang seperti ini. Nah, ini yang kita kadang bilang Eee, spora ya, makanya kalau di hutan pinus kita sering lihat kayak gini yang bentuknya warna coklat, walaupun memang nggak sampai persis, dia rada-rada lebih kecil, yang suka di hiasan pohon Natal atau makanannya tupai, ya. Nah, tapi kalau yang paku sarang burung tuh yang seperti ini. Nah, ini yang biasa kita lihat itu sebenarnya banyak tuh di hutan juga ataupun memang di ibu-ibu suka, bikin tanaman hias ini. Nah, makanya kalau ini jawabannya apa adalah katanya apa? Tidak menghasilkan biji. Kalau tidak menghasilkan biji, berarti jawabannya adalah yang mana? Paku haji atau paku sarang burung? Berarti jawabannya paku sarang burung karena tidak menghasilkan biji ya. Tapi sebenarnya si paku haji pun tidak. Sebenarnya saya juga gimana ya dalam mengisi soal ini. Saya rada kebingungan juga sih karena kan sebenarnya Mmm, mereka tuh sama-sama nggak ngasilin biji, kan itu tuh bukan biji tapi spora, ya. Jadi, sebenarnya bisa 2 jawaban, bisa yang ini atau ini. Cuman kita lihat lagi, dia ini kan bilangnya tidak menghasilkan biji, tapi memiliki pembuluh angkut. Nah, kalau paku haji ini mana ya? Nah Google. Nah, kalau yang ini tidak punya penyangkut teman-teman, karena dari akar ini tuh langsung daun. Nah, harus telitinya di sana. Saya sebenarnya kekecoh, dua-duanya ini nggak punya biji. Cuman kita harus ingat identifikasi ketiganya. Dia itu mempunyai penyangkut. Kalau pembuluh angkut itu tadi 90. Sedangkan ini kita bisa lihat, dia itu dari akar ke sini ataupun ke daun sini, dia harus ada pembuluh angkut untuk ngasih nutrisi. Kalau enggak yang ini, yang kalian sebut buah itu, dia nggak bertambah besar segitu-segitu aja. Pada nyatanya seiring berjalannya waktu dia akan membesar bukan? Walaupun ini spora ya teman-teman, ini spora. Dan spora itu dapat berkembang kalau ada makanan juga. Makanya untuk poin ini, jawabannya adalah yang pakis saji gitu. Bukan yang paku sarang burung. Karena dari itu tidak ada gitu. Itu paling memang rada sulit, bahkan saya pun rada kekecohnya di sana kayak, kayaknya ini deh sama-sama aja kan, cuman kita harus ingat di sini, karakternya selanjutnya itu adalah pembuluh angkut. Beda halnya kalau yang D kan kita langsung tahu, Memiliki ovarium. Ovarium itu apa? Bakal buah kan? Kan kalau D itu kan dari 4 dulu kan, 4. Nah, dari 4 dia ke 4B. Bijinya hanya satu. Berarti dia intinya bisa bisa berkembang kan? eh Apa ya? Ya dia punya kayak kalau kalian pernah pasti kalian pernah sih praktikum toge itu ya. Biji kacang hijau. Nah, dia itu kan setiap satu doang kan hmm, satu setiap satu tangkai akan ngasilin satu biji. Nah, itulah yang disebut dengan satu. Tapi kalau misalnya dia punya dua, berarti nanti dalam satu eh, cadangan itu dia akan punya dua buah. Yang mungkin kita bisa juga cenderung itu kayak apel. Kadang satu tangkai dia bisa dua ya, kayak gitu. Nah, makanya itu depend lagi. Kadang memang gitu harus teliti itu. Jadi tergantung posisi tanamannya sih. Karena kadang tanaman juga anomali kan. Nah, ini contoh kedua. Ini untuk hewan khususnya. Nah, sebenarnya kita udah tahu ya, ini tuh sebenarnya siput. Nah, tapi kalau di dalam biology tuh, dia tuh nama lainnya apa? Siput itu masuknya ke dalam mana? Which is kayak Gary ya, Gary kalau kita nonton SpongeBob. Nah, kalau siput itu masuknya ke mana? Sebenarnya ini ya, gastropoda. Karena cangkangnya kerucut. Nah, ini. Yang, nah berarti kalau dia 9B, se yang ada gastropodanya harus kita cari dulu nih. Yang pasti kan 9B, berarti kan udah pasti elimin yang ini ya. Makanya kalau yang kayak cephalopoda, chilopoda, diplopoda itu tuh harus kita ini ya. Harus kita hafal sih sebenarnya cirinya. Cuman kalau gastropoda itu pasti banget cangkangnya kerucut walaupun Gary yang di SpongeBob itu cangkangnya oval ya. Berarti Gary itu tidak gastropoda. Dia itu masuknya, saya lupa lagi apakah diplopoda atau ceplopoda. Tapi saya yakin walaupun mereka satu rumpun, mereka berbeda kayak gitu ya. Coba kita lihat dulu ya. Ceplopoda sama diplopoda. Karena emang kalau ini kan udah ketahuan ya jawabannya. Eh, Kita cek di Google. Ceplopoda, biar kebayang. Nah, berarti ini yang kayak lipan. Sama tadi apa? Ada Ciplopoda, ada Diplopoda. Diplopoda. Nah, ini pun kayak kaki seribu. Berarti beda ya. Jadi, Geri pun sebenarnya masuknya gastropoda. Nah, skeong seperti ini. Karena kan gastropoda sendiri banyak ya jenis-jenisnya. Kayak jenis keong ininya, ya jenis cangkangnya. Makanya kalau kita lihat Gary SpongeBob, dia pun bentuknya kita, karena ini kartun ya, tetap kita fokusnya ke cangkang. Dia itu punya cangkang. Bukan berarti kalau cangkang yang kayak gini tuh sama persis kayak itu tadi nggak ada, nggak ada. Cuman kan kita tahu cangkang seperti itu. Nah, mungkin seperti ini. Kita pernah lihat di daunnya. Ini tuh nggak pala kerucut banget. Dia rada nggak ada ekornya ya. Jadi itu dia gitu. Ingat kalau Ciplopoda itu tadi lipan, kalau Diplopoda itu kaki seribu. Jadi kalau ini udah langsung ketahuan sih, berarti kan satu B dulu nih, kakinya tidak beruas. Karena kan berlendir kan. Terus, nah itu dia kadang kalau kita nemu soal kayak gini tuh, kalau kita udah hafal ciri-cirinya, kita tuh kayak even namanya tadi aneh, kita tuh nggak apa-apa gitu. Karena pasti akan udah yakin aja gitu. Kita fokus ke ini satu B itu dia melangkah harus ke tiga. Tiga itu kita pindah ke sini ya. Oh ini tuh satu, dua, tiga. Nah sini dia bercangkang katanya. Tiga itu bercangkang, berarti tiga A ya. Berarti dia masuknya ke enam. Ini maaf ya, nomornya nggak ada ke kepotong. Nah dari enam itu dia katanya bercangkang, berarti kita lihat lagi satu. Ini satu, dua, tiga, empat, lima. Nah di sini dia berapa cangkangnya? Satu buah. Nah 6B satu buah. Nah 9 kita lihat cangkangnya bersusun atau kerucut. Nah ternyata cangkangnya kerucut. Maka jawabannya adalah gastropoda. Like that. Sebenarnya gampang. Kalau dalam bentuk soal menurut saya sih gampang ya. Cuma memang poinnya kalau di sini tuh bukan cara kalau kalau untuk soal ya, kalau untuk soal tuh kita harus tahu banyak jenis makhluk hidup biar kita tahu karakteristiknya. Tapi kalau konteksnya kita di sekolah disuruh buat kayak gitu identifikasi kayak gini misalnya dengan dua ciri atau ya seperti ini kita harus punya banyak dulu cirinya seperti itu ya. Ini misalnya kita harus bikin dulu sebanyak ini gitu. Nah, itu yang kayak itu lebih beri kebebasan untuk kita karena kan kita bisa lihat spesimennya baru kita eh, identifikasiin. Tapi kan kadang-kala soal tuh yang seperti ini gitu. Nah, makanya kadang kalaupun ininya kita nggak tahu namanya, nama ilmiahnya, kalau kita cirinya tahu pasti kita bisa jawabnya. Paling gitu sih. Kalau dari saya, karena honestly saya juga nggak hafal semuanya. Karena kan saya nggak terpapar langsung ya. Cuman kalau memang kemarin di sekolah saya bikin contohnya yang memang common di anak-anak sih, kayak tumbuhan yang mereka sering makan, kayak jagung, tumbuhan bunga yang pasti mereka tahu kayak mawar seperti itu. Jadi kebayang, karena saya tidak ada praktek khusus untuk membuat ini, karena mikirnya ini tuh nanti di SMA. Jadi saya hanya mengenalkan aja. Walaupun nanti pasti mereka bilang belum pernah dipelajarin. Ya belum lah kalau mereka kan ya ada yang suka IPA ya pasti mikirnya udah tapi belum mendalam. Tapi ada yang kayak belum pernah ya karena mereka semalas itu untuk mempelajari itu kan. Jadi yang penting dari saya itu saya merasa gitu ya, saya bertanggung jawab untuk menyampaikan itu. Jadi saya ya tetap menyajikan walaupun sesederhana itu gitu. So that's it. So, in the end, the summary and key takeaways for the first, identification key or biological key, master the tool. Biological key are powerful systematic approaches for precise species identification and classification. So that's why when you are watching movie, I forgot exactly the movie about identification ya. In the forest, I guess gorilla ya, I guess ya, kayak scientist ya. I think scientists have a part about scientists how to making identification tools. Even they are, didn't know what the kind or name of the uh, plant and the animal, but they try to recap the what is it characteristic and they capture like that. And the next one, Parisian matter. So dichotomous K. Yeah. So that's why we must understand about dichotomous K, require careful observation and accurate trait matching at each decision point. So when you are in the school, maybe you must need really observe and carefully to see characteristic. But even but when you are in the zoo or common public space or your environment, you can portrait with your Google Lens like that. So yeah, that's it. And the next one, build skills. Because when you're making one skills like systematic and detail, so when you are like it and usually common using that, making that, you can have one skills. And in life and real life, it's really helpful because in the end you must making plan, you making track for your life, for your journey, what your purpose, how to your uh get purpose, you must step by step. So that's why it's like fail you when you're learning skill about that. Because yeah, regular practice with the work examples train accuracy and confidence in species determination. And the last one, unlock understanding. Mastery of identification key deepen knowledge of biodiversity, taxonomy, and interconnected ecosystem. So it's really, really wide and must know understand about kind of the animal and plant. So that's all for me and yeah, thank you. Sorry, my English still like that and yeah, the point about sharing also uh not can fulfill your sacrifice, but I sacrifice with myself. Finally I can finish the uh speak for that because the point and the purpose for making this video to develop and to make my habit using English. Woohoo! Okay, thank you and see you in the next video about presentation. Even I don't know. I when I can make it. But yeah, I'm happy also see when I'm making video like that because I'm embraced when I don't know exactly, but I curious also why I don't know about this. But yeah, there's life, so yeah, thank you for myself. Bye bye.